one thing I wanted to say is that, alhamdulillah, I've been working in a voluntary capacity with Muslim organizations for, I think, about 15, 16 years now. And, you know the typical charities that are out there, the big guys that have been around for 30, 40 years, right? Penny Appeal, for me, it kind of came out of nowhere. Like, you have small charities, and then you have those mainstream charities that everyone knows about. And now, obviously, alhamdulillah, like, Penny Appeal's up there. Everyone knows about Penny Appeal, right? So just tell me a little bit about, first, like, how did it come from, getting people married to starting a charity? And, like, why did you do it? How did it kind of start? And then how did you get that massive, like, fast success? It looks like fast success from us looking outside,
No, alhamdulillah. I think that there is a direct correlation, to be honest. Because when you set up a business, like you said, it's been a couple of decades now of hard work. And when we set the business up, it was a good decade actually before I set up Penny Peel, and that decade was full of challenges, was full of like steep learning curves. But alhamdulillah, it was also full of success. And towards the end of the decade, we were, when I say we, it's always a team effort. We were making money whilst we were asleep. We were making money whilst we were in the shower. We were making money whilst we were on our days off, because it's digital, it's scalable, and people are registering. People have been registering now whilst we've been chatting. People are registering and paying whilst we're just whatever. And then I guess you come to a stage in your life where you think to yourself, "Is this it? This is you work so hard and you make money and you settle in." It's like, there must be more to life than this. There's got to be more to life than this. And I get in the back of my mind and deep inside my heart, I always had a yearning to go back to Pakistan and go back to the place where my father came from, and to have a look at what made him come to the UK and why did he come to the UK. And I guess I had the opportunity when I had a little bit of financial freedom from my business. And I went back to Pakistan, and we are from a very, very remote village in north of Islamabad. And when I say remote, I'm talking no roads, no electricity, no water, no gas. That's how remote it is. And I went to my father's house, and my father's house is literally a mud hut, quite literally a mud hut. I'm thinking, my chacha, my dad's brother, is inviting me, and he's like, "This is your father's house, and he built this. This was his dream house, and he wanted to bring you all back here and live here, and his vision was to go over there, make a little bit of money, and come back over here." And I'm looking at this mud hut, thinking, it's just so it looks really romantic, it looks really beautiful, but live here, really. Thinking, my double garage has got better foundation, better insulation, more electronic gadgets and gizmos, better roof than this mud hut. But it just kind of puts everything into perspective. And then whilst I'm in the village, it was a beautiful, idyllic. It was a location. It was like just wow, the sunset and the sunrise. But once you get past, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala's qudrat and the beauty of the location, the realities of the ground are very, very different. People haven't got money for medication. People haven't got money for food. People have to travel miles and miles and miles to get clean water. And then it's not clean because it might look clean, but it might be, might be diseased water. They might drink it and get ill. So again, as somebody that feels like I had responsibility because my father came from that village, I thought, I've got to give back a little bit. We're making enough money and we're making good money. I need to make sure that some of this is going back to my father's village and to my family there. So we help people with fertilizer to help grow their crops. We help people build wells locally, more local to them. We help people get out of debt. We help people with medical needs. And the best thing that I did actually was to help with education, because I feel that education is a sustainable program. So when you're actually educating somebody, you're educating and you're helping a whole generation out of poverty, because you're actually giving them the tools to improve themselves and find better opportunities going forward. And we started sponsoring a teacher called Ali. And Ali was an amazing guy. And talk about Michael Jackson at the beginning, but when Ali used to leave the room and he used to do a moonwalk, he used to walk backwards. That's how much respect the guy had. And he's like, "Look, Adeem, thank you so much. you're not just helping me and a bit, me and my family with the salary that you're giving me, but you're helping this whole village and the children of this whole village. And I was really taken back by the amount of respect that I got from Ali and like the villagers as a whole, because for me this was like these were my elders, and we paid Ali £30 a month.
Whoa, that's it.
£30 a month. And when I used to go to Pakistan, I used to go to Pakistan for long weekends. So I'd catch a Thursday night flight. It was a night flight. Get to Pakistan Friday morning, or Friday, or Saturday. Jump on a plane Sunday morning, get back to Manchester Airport Sunday afternoon. And I got back to Manchester Airport and I went to the car park, picked my car up, and there was no fuel in the car. So went to the petrol station like you always do, started filling the car. You don't really care for how much goes in because you need to fill it, so you just fill it. Like, I want to fill it because I don't want to come back here. I'm bored of filling this guzzling thing. So you're filling it, and it's like, and then it clicks. When it clicked, I just looked over, and this time when it clicked, I looked over and my heart just sank. I was like, oh my God, this is like, it's £90. I was like, £90, because at that time, £90 was massive. Because £90 was massive because Ali's been getting paid £30 a month. Yeah. I've been living this, even though it's only for a few days, I've been living with the reality of Ali and his family. And I thought, oh my God, I felt so guilty and I felt really, really bad. And I thought, there's got to be this, like, Ali's just one Ali from a remote village from my ancestral home. But there's millions of Alis around the world. There's absolutely millions of Alis around the world. There's probably millions of Alis in Pakistan. So how can I help? How can I help and how can I make that difference? And I guess, when you come back from a break or a holiday or a trip away, your memories there, your memories kind of with those individuals that you've just left. But I say, once you've had a shower and once you've had a good night's sleep, you kind of like the focus is back to you. My mum's kicking my ass to get married. I've got all these challenges to get this business off the ground and da. So I kind of we'll help Ali and we'll help more Alis one day, inshallah. But then as the design agency, I met a client called David. He was got a lot of Davids in my life. I met a client called David Taylor. And David Taylor sat there and chatting to David. And David said, look, I've been away summertime and I've been to Disneyland, Florida. And we swam with dolphins and we went on a helicopter ride and we went in this hotel and did this and did that. And I thought, okay, I hope he doesn't ask me where I've been. So Adeem, where have you been? Okay, I've been to Pakistan and I went to Pakistan. What do I tell David about Pakistan? Do I tell him about the diarrhea? Do I tell him about the dolphins? Do I tell him about this?
Nalia.
Yeah, what do I tell? There's no toilets in Pakistan, David. So I had to go in this field. I had to wipe my backside with this leaf. And it was like this experience that you'll never. And so then I was telling David and I was explaining to him how we were supporting villagers and how we were doing our little thing. So David picked up his briefcase and he took out his checkbook and he said, Adeem, I want to contribute and I want to help and I want to help in the work that you're doing. I was, wow, David wants to help wow. I said, David, I can't possibly take your money because if I took your money now and I booked myself onto a Disneyland, Florida trip, you're going to probably thinking, where's he got his money from? I've given him some money for the project like that. And he booked himself on a trip. What's going on here? It's not something that doesn't add up. I said, David, I've been thinking about setting up a charity for a while, and I want to call the charity Penny Appeal. Small change, big difference. Because it's all about small change. It's about donations that we make regularly, like to Ali, to help not just Ali, but a whole village, a whole group of people out of the cycle of poverty. He says, that's fine, Adeem. He says, you do what you need to do. And when you set up your charity, I'm gonna contribute, so count me in. So it took us a while. It took us about 6-7 months or whatever to set up a charity because, to be honest, we did not know what we were doing at that time. I had to do a lot of research, Charities Commission website, find out what trustee does, what's the roles and responsibilities, and so forth. And some of the charities that you talk about, these are big superstar charities to me. These are charities that I've donated to in the past, and I still donate to now. And they say, we're only able to do what we're able to do because we're able to stand on the shoulder of these giants. And I guess that's where Penny Peel started. Penny Peel started with the kind of a really humbling experience meeting Ali in a remote village in Pakistan, but an equally humbling experience meeting David Taylor and his absolute generosity and his ability to trust someone like myself with his donation because he believed that I was, I would deliver it in a sincere manner. And then, like you said, in terms of why Penny Peel has got to where it's got to, I think, it's always about the people. It's always about the people. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has, blessed us with a really amazing group of people, a senior leadership team that's really passionate. And they sometimes put my passion to shame as well. In terms of, I feel like, I've got to drive, and then I'm like, at the end of the day, I'm like, oh my God, I need to sleep now. And these guys are they're just going on and on and on and on. But also because, I guess our experience in the digital field with Single Muslim was the natural catalyst. Because all our learning from Single Muslim, all of our experience in terms of the targeting the Muslim, kind of like Muslim individual, who they are, where they are, how they are, and using that ability, using that skill set to have a digital footprint like no other charity at that time. And I still believe till today we're very, very ahead, leaps and bounds in terms of our social media presence, in terms of our digital presence, and in terms of our kind of just generally online footprint as a whole, as a charity. And that really came because of my kind of personal experience and focus and background in that market. But now, they were the old days. Now the charity is, 200 strong in the UK and hundreds and hundreds of people around the world. And I guess it's taken on the form of the leaders that run the organisation. You're going to be speaking to, I know Ahmad Naima, our CEO, who's really the man behind the vision of a lot of our projects and innovations that we're able to do, and the impact, the real high impact, not just what Penny Peel does here, but we've also got offices in the USA, Canada, South Africa, Australia and Dubai. And alhamdulillah, we're just really blessed with a team that has that ability and that vision to push and really make those bold moves and kind of invest in those ideas that a lot of people say, oh, I had that idea. But like I always say, and I know a lot of people say, the idea doesn't belong to the person that's had the idea and goes back to bed and has another idea. The idea actually belongs to the person that does the idea and makes the idea into a reality, and then can really own the idea. So it's really inspirational. It's really humbling to be part of a team of dream chasers. I guess people who are, I call them the dream team. These are the guys that kind of like the guys and girls. When I say guys, I mean this is
of course I do that as well. Guys and girls, yeah.
But these are the people that really make the dream happen, I guess.